So what I'm having a hard time figuring out, is Rick Santorum actually evil, or is he just an ignorant chowderhead? Let's do this. So there's this Rick Santorum video that's kind of going viral. It's about him talking about a JFK speech. It's about a lot of different things, but mostly the separation of church and state. Let's have a look.
I don't believe in an America where the separation of church and state is absolute. The idea that the church can have no influence or no involvement in the operation of the state is absolutely antithetical to the objectives and vision of our country. This is the First Amendment. The First Amendment says the free exercise of religion. That means bringing everybody, people of faith and no faith, into the public square.
And this is where he's gone wrong. You see, the state and the public square are two entirely separate things. No one is saying that you can't speak out or that you can't advocate for your religion. What they're saying is that you cannot establish a de facto theocracy. Religion can be in the public square. It just can't be enforced by the government. You can't use the law to make us behave as if we belong to your religion.
To say that people of faith have no role in the public square, you bet that makes you throw up. What kind of country do we live in that says only people of non-faith can come in the public square and make their case?
What kind of country? None at all, you chowderhead. What does the First Amendment say? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. If you pass laws that force your religious ideals on other people, you're in violation of the First Amendment, Skippy. You can certainly make your case and try to convince us to agree with you, but you cannot use the state to enforce those ideals. You cannot use the law to force us to behave as if we were members of your religion, whether we really are or not. Expecting to be able to do that, to pass faith-based initiatives, is thoroughly un-American. And if you're running for president, you should know that.
What should we do with all the non-Christians in this country? If I do not hold his belief, which I do not, how does he plan on representing me?
Yeah, I just said. I mean, that's the whole point that upset me about Kennedy's speech. Come into the public square. There are people I disagree with. Come to my town hall meetings, as people have done, and disagree with me. And let's have a discussion. Let's air your ideas. Let's bring them in. Let's explain why you believe what you believe and what you think is best for the country.
Not only did you not answer the question, but your answer completely misses the point of JFK's speech. You see, Kennedy was a Catholic. But he promised to represent all Americans, not just Catholics, not just governing by Catholic ideals. And that is about as American and patriotic a presidential act as I can think of. That's the mindset any president should have. But you don't see it that way, do you, Santorum? You seem to think that you should be able to govern just from your own ideals, that you should be able to remake this country in your image. And we're just along for the ride, aren't we? Well, that's about as un-American an attitude as I can think of. You see, you're supposed to represent all of us, not just the people who are already on your side. That's what the question was about, and you didn't answer it.
And what we saw in Kennedy's speech is just the opposite, and that's what was upsetting about it.
No. What's upsetting is that you can be that wrong about what Kennedy was saying and still run for president and be taken seriously instead of being laughed out of the room. How can anybody take you seriously? It just boggles the mind, and I weep for this country. Screw it. If you can run for president and be taken seriously, then I should run. All right, vote Dance Party, BionicDance for president. Until next time, fellow space travelers. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. Stalin, Mao, Pol Pot. You know what they all had in common? They didn't rate, comment, or subscribe.